It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to be covering a team that is wacky and fun all on its own, and that's because we are using Adventure Cookie. So as you know, I have a little bit of an infinity of love for the rare and common cookies. I'm personally really hoping that at some point in the next few updates we get magic candies for the rare and common cookies to bring them up to the next level. And what we're running today is a maximum ascended adventure cookie, specifically running cooldown toppings. So if we go to the stats here, you can see that we have a 15% cooldown, a 19.7% crit resist, and a high attack stat and HP stat. Now, I didn't have any damage resistance toppings to put on Adventure Cookie, so this could be 100% stronger and even faster. We have 10% cooldown we could gain, so this could be even quicker, and it could work even better. But the main reason, and this is just at level 59. At level 59, we're dealing 714% of a single hit. So 714% of 44,000 attack. It's quite a lot of damage that we can push out. Main reason we're running cooldown is because of the lockdown skill that gets the back enemies. So this is designed for pure vanilla, cotton, parfait, cream puff, unicorn. So any healer you want taken care of in the back, this is a combo piece between vampire and adventure to lock down the healer and then eat them alive. So go ahead and watch what's going to happen here. Adventure is going to be the fastest skill cooldown. Goes to the back. Gonna actually be trying to lock down Caramel Arrow. So as you can see, it doesn't work in this instance because Caramel Arrow skill prevents that from happening. So it's not a good combo against Caramel. But we did get to lock down Pure Vanilla. And whoever gets pushed furthest to the back, that's who Adventure Cookie is going to be targeting. So as you can see here, even though only level 59, running subpar toppings, we nearly matched Vampire Cookie's damage. And that's because Vampire, same thing, you're not getting massive amounts of damage off Vampire in quick fights, because this was only a 30-second fight. You're getting quick backline enemy removal. So if you look at the healing done, only 1 million from Pure Vanilla, didn't really survive long enough to get a big deal of damage in. And Cream Unicorn was just there to take the cake on our side of the field. So obviously it's not necessarily the damage was focused on our end, but more so the skill. However, that's only level 59, and that's running cooldown toppings. If we went to level 70 and we got attack toppings on there, critical toppings on there, we might do some huge damage with Adventure Cookie. Maybe upwards of like 800,000 or 1 million. Very possible. So it's something I definitely want to play around with more. But the fun part is what's happening here is how it's targeting the teams and what's like going on. So I'm going to fight a team here that I know we won't beat, but here's the reason why. We're fighting Purple Yam and Vampire, 2 magic candy users, and Financier, which will give a shield most likely to Vampire, which means that the shield that's going on Vampire counters our Adventure and our Vampire. That's the biggest reason. If it wasn't for Financier in this team, high chances that we'd actually have a chance. And we can make a quick adjustment just to see if we can beat this team, but let's test this first just to see what happens. Biggest reason we have Wildberry in here, though, is extra damage resistance, along with what Cream Unicorn gives, so that way we have high damage resistance on the entire team, and then the Feather is usually going to go to Adventure in this setup because the lowest amount of HP, which means the one to take the most amount of damage, especially since we have 0% damage resistance on the toppings. So, as you can see, we did not win this fight. That's okay. I want to show you what's specifically happening. So we did take out the Vampire, and that was with the help of our Adventure and our Vampire too. So in this instance, we didn't have a lot of damage we could do. Most of that was because of the shield that was specifically put onto their Vampire, but you can see that their Vampire took the most amount of damage. So that's where most of our stuff was focused. Now, if we do make an adjustment here, we make a change, we actually have a much better option to fight back and attempt to take this team out, and that's going to be using Espresso. And the reason here is because when we cast Interruption and the injury, we'll actually have a much better chance of breaking through their front line versus how it's being very pushed against us in the other setup because of the way Espresso specifically pulls cookies together, which is in our favor for a couple different reasons. So we still may not win this battle, but we definitely have a much better chance because we are using 2 Magic Candy users, as well as they are using 2 Magic Candy users. So it's a little more even on the field. And as you can see, they got that last second monocle heal in, so that's why they went back up to 62%. But we chipped away much closer, and we did much more damage with all of our cookies. So that did make a difference for that reason. And you can see the healing done here. We're doing way more healing, so they have way more damage output. We're just more utilitarian in the way the team setup is. So I don't have the resources right now to specifically raise Adventure Cookie to level 70. I can revisit not only this team, but some different combinations with Adventure once I do get to level 70. He is my next one to max level. I'm just saving up for any potential updates that are coming really soon. So that's the only reason I haven't just yet. But I wanted to show you just at level 59 how awesome Adventure's skill is and the different utility capabilities that you can push out with his setups. And if you get some high damage resistance toppings on him, if you get some high attack toppings on him, you can mess up those back lines. And right now with Cream Unicorn being pretty rampant in a lot of teams, that's a potential viable setup if you want to try and stop their skill from happening and put them in a state where their back line is no longer able to support their fronts. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was fun for you. We're going to explore more random characters, try more rares, try more commons, see what we can push out of them. As I do get the materials to level them up, I promise I will be. I am getting to that point where I should be able to max out at least the rare cookies pretty soon, maybe in the next week or two, depending on how fast the resources come in. Either way, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.